Hello, Violet. This is Denise from Willow Academy. I'm Tyler's mom.
Oh, yes. Hello. How did you get my number? I don't think our children are close friends, so I've never given you my phone number, I don't think.
Oh, no, you didn't give me your number. I got it from the school office.
Why? I mean, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to go snooping through confidential things like that.
No, it's okay. I'm on the school board. I'm one of the parents who makes sure that everything runs smoothly, and I help out with school fundraisers and charity events and the like. I also make sure that our children are being taught the proper things in school.
Hang on. Are you the mom who got that book our children were reading banned? The one about World War II and the gray areas and decisions that the US was involved in?
Yes, that's me. Our children shouldn't be taught that the US is flawed. America is the greatest country in the world, and we never do anything wrong.
Yes. I think I know you. Is there something I can help you with?
Yes, actually there is. I noticed this morning that your daughter, Megan, was it?
Yes.
Well, I noticed that she wasn't wearing the official Willow Academy jumper. Instead, she was wearing just a plain blue jumper. And, to be quite honest, it looked quite tatty. There was a hole in it and everything.
Yes, that's her comfy jumper. Is there something wrong with that?
Well, it's just not in keeping with the school's look, is it? We're trying to set an example to other schools in the area, and we want to make sure that we look the best. That's why the jumpers were introduced, so that all the children could look smart and uniform.
Yes, I understand that, but it's not compulsory to wear them if the students don't want to. Not to mention they cost a lot of money. I had a look online to see how much they were, and they cost $70 per jumper. That's just a crazy amount for one article of clothing, especially one that she's going to grow out of soon.
Well, that doesn't matter. As a parent on the school board, I am saying that she needs to wear the jumper. I'm not going to allow one of the children to wear a ratty, horrible jumper that makes them look like a hobo. We have standards in this school. Unless, of course, you can't afford the jumper? Are you really that poor that a simple $70 is too much for you to pay for a decent jumper for your kid? Or are you just cheap?
Excuse you?
You heard me. Look, I don't know how you got into Willow Academy, being so poor and everything, but I am not going to stand for someone of your financial status to be allowed into such a prestigious school. It's just not acceptable. I don't want my child being corrupted by your daughter, making him think that it's okay to be poor. Because it's not okay. My son is going to grow up to be a very successful businessman, and he doesn't need some poor person putting ideas into his head about stupid things like becoming an actor or doing something in the arts. Only idiots do that. My son is going to take over his father's business and needs to be completely focused on that and making connections with the other rich kids in school.
Okay, you need to calm down and step back. First of all, Willow Academy isn't a private school anymore. It was opened up to the public last year, which is why I enrolled my daughter into it, because, admittedly, it is a good school with better grades than others in the area. But that doesn't mean that the children who don't come from rich backgrounds should get looked down upon or stopped from going to the school. And, to be quite honest, it doesn't matter what they wear. There isn't a dress code. They can literally wear whatever they want within reason. So, if my daughter wants to wear an old, comfortable jumper that helps her feel more confident and calmer, then I am not going to stop her. She isn't hurting anyone, so I really don't see how it's any of your business what she wears.
It's my business because I'm on the school board, the thing that was created to keep the school proper. I will not have some poor child ruining it. If I let this slide, the next thing you know, people will think they can do anything they want. The school will descend into chaos, and it will become one of the worst places for our children to learn. I am not going to let that happen.
You are being really overly dramatic. Nothing like that is going to happen. Now, if you don't mind, I have work that I need to get on with, and you're distracting me from it.
It doesn't matter what you have going on. My issue is much more important than whatever pathetic work you've got to do in order to earn your few pennies. If you don't get your daughter an official school jumper and make her wear it, then I will do everything I can to get her chucked out of the school. Do you understand? I won't stop until your daughter's gone. That is what I will do for my son, to make sure that he gets the best education possible.
Well then, you sound like an incredibly horrible woman and overbearing mother. In fact, I feel sorry for your son if this is how you treat him whenever he does something that you don't like. I feel like he doesn't have the chance to actually express himself properly and figure out what he wants to do in life. I mean, you've already got him sent off to business school. Does he even want to do that in life? Have you actually asked him what he wants to be when he's older? And the funny thing is, I feel like this, and I've only had this one conversation with you. I have no idea how your son has put up with you his entire life.
Why, how dare you? You have no idea how I treat my son, and it's none of your business anyway. I'm creating the best life for him, instead of letting him waste his time doing something stupid. No doubt you're going to let your daughter go and waste her life doing something stupid like becoming an artist or something like that. At least I know my son has a future, and I'm not going to let your commoner ways ruin that.
I'm going to let my daughter decide what she wants to do with her life, and I'll support her no matter what, and give her advice when she needs it or when I think she might be a little lost. But I'm not going to plan her life out for her. She's her own person, not my little puppet or doll or something.
Whatever. I mean, either way, it's not like she's going to be able to do anything interesting or financially lucrative considering her background.
Her background?
Yeah. People who come from a poor family more often than not end up being poor themselves and just getting service jobs. I mean, that works for me, as I need people to serve me. That's likely what your daughter will be doing, probably in a coffee shop. That's probably all she'll amount to, what with your parenting. And I mean, is your husband okay with this? Or is he just as pathetic and uncaring as you? I'm betting he's not much of a man, is he? He probably just does whatever you tell him to, like a downtrodden dog. I also bet that he's just as pathetic as you with his job, isn't he? He's probably a checkout boy in a local grocery store, or a delivery man, or, even worse, a garbage man, lol. Your child literally has no chance with such pathetic parents. You might as well put her out of it now and get her working in a fast food place. It's all she'll be good for, and you could probably do with the extra money.
Are you quite done being a horrible woman and trying to humiliate me and my family?
Why? Is it upsetting you? Jeez, grow a spine. Otherwise, how else are you going to teach your daughter how to deal with angry customers in her job? I hear fast food restaurants can see quite picky people, lol.
Yeah, I must admit, dealing with people like you requires a special skill.
What? What do you mean, people like me?
Horrible, vile, petty people who have nothing better to do with their lives other than try and stick their noses into everyone else's business because they're bored and dissatisfied with their own lives. It's kind of sad, really, that you feel so bored in your own life that you have to try and harass me in mine. Although, do you want to know how I deal with people like you?
How?
Like this.
Did you just block me? How rude! This won't be the last you hear from me. I mean it.
Hey, sweetie. How's your day been?
Hey, honey, it's not been too bad. Busy as usual, but that's a good thing. How's your day been?
Well, for the most part it's been okay, but this morning was a total disaster.
Oh no, how come?
Well, you won't believe this, but do you remember this morning Megan asked if she could go to school in her comfy jumper, as it made her feel more comfortable and confident?
Yes, of course.
Well, I told her that she could. It wasn't a problem to me. But after she got to school, I was then contacted by another mom from the school, a woman called Denise.
Have you ever spoken to her before?
Nope, not once.
How did she get your number then?
She stole it from the school office.
But isn't that illegal?
Definitely. But I decided to ask what she wanted as I was curious, and she went into a complete tirade about how Megan shouldn't be wearing her comfy jumper and that she should be wearing the official school jumper, the one that costs $70, even though it's not mandatory for them to wear it. Then, when I told her off, she began insulting me and our family and basically calling us poor. I don't care what people think of me, but when they go after my family for no reason, it really makes me angry. After that, I just blocked her number. I couldn't deal with her anymore.
Jeez, she sounds like a right witch.
Tell me about it.
What do you want to do about her?
Well, I don't want to jump the gun and make things difficult for Megan. After all, she's the one who has to go to school with that woman's son. But I'm going to keep a close eye on that Denise. And if she even thinks of messing with our daughter, I'll put her in her place.
Sounds like a good plan to me. Keep me updated on things. I don't want this woman making our daughter feel less than or something like that.
Yeah, I'll let you know if anything happens.
Okay then, I'll be home soon. Do you want anything from the shop?
Maybe some ice cream?
1 sip of strawberry cheesecake ice cream coming up.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
Is this Violet?
It is. Whose number is this?
It's Denise.
Oh, geez. You actually changed your number just so you could annoy me?
Well, it's not like I want to talk to you either. Not after you got me kicked off of the school board.
You shouldn't have yelled at my child then, should you?
Whatever. I'm only messaging you to tell you that I'm going to be buying a massive mansion soon, and then, when I invite the school board over to it, I'll be back on the committee in no time. Then, when that happens, I'll get your daughter kicked out for sure.
Is that so?
Yep. And you won't believe the place I'm looking at buying. It's the huge mansion on 12th Street. The one with the huge gates to keep out people like you. You know, poor people. LOL.
Oh, the Dreamweaver house?
That's the one. Are you jealous? I bet you are. You've got to live in a rubbish little hovel. LOL.
I hadn't realized that had come onto the market. I love that house.
Well, duh. And it's going to be all mine.
I see. Well then, good luck with that.
I don't need luck when I've got money. Although, that's not something that you'd know much about, is it? LOL. Anyway, I've got things to do. Just thought I should give you the heads up for when you're going to have to find your daughter a new school. Ciao.
Hey, sweetie, you'll never guess what I just heard.
What's that?
The Dreamweaver house has just come on sale.
No way. Well, we'll have to put an offer in.
Definitely.
I'll have to go now, but we can talk more about it later, okay?
Okay, I'll see you later. Love you.
Love you too.
Violet, I need to talk to you right now.
Oh, Denise, to what do I owe the pleasure?
You know what? I was just told that my offer for the Dreamweaver house has been denied because someone had a bigger offer. Then, when I asked who, they said it was you and your husband. This isn't funny. I mean, what are you doing? Leave, immediately.
Why do I have to go from my own place?
Huh?
I live at the Dreamweaver house now.
How is that even possible? That house is well over $800,000. There's no way you can afford it.
I guess that's where you're wrong, isn't it? LOL.
But how?
Well, it's funny, really. When I told you that I wasn't going to buy a $70 jumper that first time you messaged me, you immediately thought it was because I was poor and couldn't afford it. But the truth of the matter is, I simply thought it was an ugly sweater, and I wasn't going to force my daughter to wear it if she didn't want to.
Huh? So, you're not poor?
Nope, not at all. Not that I'd care if I were or not. I'm not that shallow.
But I don't understand. If your husband was a businessman, my husband surely must know him. What's his name?
Not that it's any of your business. My husband is called Victor, and he's not a businessman. He's a musician, and quite a famous one at that.
Wait, Victor Halls? The famous guitarist and singer? I'm a huge fan of his.
Yes, well, you and many others are.
But that still doesn't make it okay that you bought my house from out under me. Us rich people need to stick together and look out for one another.
Oh, now you want to be my friend, now that you think I'm worth something? No thanks. I know the kind of woman you are. A shallow, money-grabbing witch who only hangs around people she thinks can be useful to her. I have much nicer and truer friends, and I don't need someone like you in my life.
But hang on, that's not fair.
Oh well, life isn't fair.
Fine. If you're going to be like that, then give me the house.
No way. This is my house now. I bought it fair and square. Besides, I think you might benefit from learning how to share and not get what you want in life all the time. I mean, nobody likes a spoiled brat, do they?
I'm not a spoiled brat. I just know that I deserve the nicer things in life. So I demand you give me that house. I wanted it, so give it to me.
Oh wow, and you asked so nicely too.
I don't have to be polite to you. Regardless of if you married a rich musician, you're still a nobody. Your husband is the one with all the money and fame. You're just some stuck-up witch who thinks she's better than everyone.
I really don't. I just don't think I should have to be polite to someone who clearly has no respect for anybody but herself. If you are going to treat me horribly, then I'm going to treat you with just as little respect.
But you can't do that. I'm the rich one here, not you.
No, you're not. But you are the one acting like a toddler throwing a tantrum. It's not very becoming of you. Anyway, I've got a house to move into, and the school board has asked me to fill their vacant gap, which I will happily do as I think the children need a sane person to make sure they learn what they need to learn.
No, that's not fair. That's my job.
Not anymore. Anyway, goodbye, Denise. I've got a very busy day ahead of me. Me and my family moved into the house of our dreams, and we couldn't have been happier. It was everything we had ever hoped for. As well as that, by being on the school board, I was able to keep a close eye on my daughter and an even closer eye on Denise to make sure that she wasn't harassing anyone. A lot of the other parents were thankful for me, as they had had to put up with her horrible behavior for years. Denise was officially kicked off of the school board and was put on behavioral watch. If she made even one more slight slip-up, she would be banned from attending any school activities. Sometimes, people will only learn to behave properly through the consequences of their actions. Hopefully, it's enough to make her change her attitude towards others.
Erica, where are you? The dinner's not done like it should, and it's well past the time that we usually eat.
I'm at my mom's house. I told you I was visiting my dad's grave this week and that I would be staying at my mom's place because of the distance, and to spend a little bit of time with her. Don't you remember?
That was this week? How come you never reminded me?
I didn't think I needed to. I thought that my husband would actually bother to listen to me when I am talking about things that I find important.
You think everything's important? I don't have time to listen to everything you say and try to figure out what's more important than some other asinine thing. I'm a very busy man, something that you don't seem to actually comprehend. Unlike you, I actually have a job to do and I need to do it well, otherwise I'll be fired and we'll have no money to live off of. We're just barely scraping by as it is. Maybe if you actually got a job and helped out more?
Hang on a minute. Why are you saying all this? You were the one who said that I should quit my job when we got married because I hated it so much, and that I should focus on developing my writing career. You claimed that your job paid so well that we would be able to survive on your income alone for however long we needed to.
Yeah, well, things change.
How so? Have you been fired?
No, as if I'd be fired. I'm not an incompetent writer. I actually know how to do my job and how to do it well.
Then why the sudden hostility about me working? If your job hasn't changed, then your income should be the same as what we've been living on for the last few months.
Well, it's not.
But why not? What's happened to change how much money we have coming in?
It doesn't matter. All that matters is that it has changed and you need to start pulling your weight more. Got it? Now, when are you coming back from your mom's place? Tomorrow? Looking at a headstone can't take that long, surely. Plus, I need you here to make dinner. I've got a late meeting at the office and I want to be able to eat as soon as I get home.
No, I won't be coming home tomorrow. I told you I'm staying with my mom for the week to spend some much needed quality time with her. And for your information, it's not just looking at a headstone. I'm paying my respects to the most important man in my life. So, if you can't be bothered to cook tomorrow, then you'll just have to get a takeout or something.
You know I hate takeout food. It's all really greasy and fattening. I need you to make me a nice and healthy dinner tomorrow. So you best be back here to do that.
I've already told you that I won't be. I'm visiting my dad's grave tomorrow, as it is his birthday, and then me and my mom are going for lunch.
Well, we'll just have to see about that then.
I have no clue what you're on about, and frankly, I can't be bothered to deal with your petty and controlling behavior today. You've changed over the last few months, and turned into someone demanding and mean, and I really can't deal with how you're acting, especially when it's one of the hardest days for me tomorrow. You know how much I love my dad, so you're really not being considerate.
Not everything is about you, Erica. I'm your husband, so you need to take into consideration how I feel as well. Considering I'm still alive and your dad's dead, you really need to get your priorities in order.
Whatever, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Just try and be a little bit nicer. I am your wife, after all.
Erica, after our conversation yesterday, I've done a lot of thinking, In fact, I was up almost the whole night thinking over what had happened and what had been said by both of us.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and I came to a conclusion that has been a very long time coming.
What's that?
I want a divorce.
What?
Yep, I've decided that you've become much too naggy and too high maintenance to deal with anymore. You're not the same woman I fell in love with, and I no longer have any interest in being with you.
Where is this coming from? I mean, honestly, you've never spoken to me about this.
Why should I have to? You should have been a good wife and made sure things never go to this state. You should have just stayed home and done what I told you. If you think about it, this divorce is really all your fault.
My fault? How is it my fault?
Well, with how you spoke to me yesterday, how did you think I would react? A wife shouldn't speak to her husband like that.
You know what? Fine. I'll gladly give you a divorce. You're a horrible man anyway, and I'm just sorry I wasted so much of my time on you.
I feel exactly the same way about you. Of course, there is the matter of splitting all of our assets and money, including the inheritance that your dad left you when he died.
Inheritance?
Oh, don't try to play innocent. I know your dad probably left you a load of money when he kicked the bucket. Your family's quite well off, so we'll have to split that as well. As husband and wife, we have to split everything equally. I'll have my lawyers contact you with the divorce papers, which will split everything fairly. Obviously, though, because I've been the sole earner of our family, I'll be getting more of the money than you, as compensation for working hard and providing you with a luxurious lifestyle where you haven't had to lift a finger.
Well, that's just plainly not true, is it?
I think you'll find that it is, and that the courts will agree with me if you try to take it before them. For the sake of your pride, I think it'd just be better if you sign the papers and give me what I'm owed.
You're not owed anything, and I'll make sure to get the best lawyers that I can to make sure that you don't get a penny from me.
Why do you have to be so difficult? Fine. I'll see you in court. I was gonna be kind and give you a 70-30 split of everything, but now I'll take every single last penny from you.
I can't wait to see you try. Jess, are you there?
Hey Erica, what's up?
Arnold messaged me earlier today and told me that he wants a divorce.
What? Oh my god, are you okay?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not as upset as you think I would be. I've not been feeling as close to him as I have done in the past. It's like his whole personality has just done a complete 180. It's probably for the better if we do split.
Then, what's wrong?
I suppose it's just because it happened so suddenly. You know, we've been married for a few years now, so for it all to just come to an end like that, it's just a bit of a shock.
Tell me about it. And when he randomly shows up at work just to surprise you and take you out for lunch, it's so cute when he does that. Just the other day, he took me to that new Italian place down the street from my work. You know the one? We went there not too long ago.
Hang on. Why is my husband showing up at your work and taking you out to lunch?
What? Oh,
Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. He's cheating on me? With you? My best friend?
It's not like that.
Oh, then tell me what it's like. Because right now, it's looking suspiciously like my best friend has been sleeping with my husband behind my back.
I didn't mean to, it just kind of happened.
So I'm betting he wants this divorce just so he can be with you. Am I right?
I mean, I didn't think he'd actually go through with it.
So this was your idea?
I just mentioned to him the other day how I felt like I was sharing with him and how I didn't like that. He either wanted to be with me completely or not. I gave him the option of being with either you or me. It's not my fault that he chose me. Maybe if you had been a better wife, then this wouldn't have happened to you.
I can't believe I actually considered you my best friend. What kind of friend goes behind someone's back and dates their husband?
Let's be honest, you can't really call him your husband at this point. You two are more like acquaintances who disliked each other but were forced to live together. If anything, I'm providing a way out for the both of you.
Oh, how kind of you. Let me just get the Best Friend Award to show you how much I appreciate you destroying my marriage.
There's no need to be sarcastic. Geez, I can see what Arnold meant when he said you were high maintenance and difficult to deal with.
Excuse you? You know what? No. Whatever. The both of you can just get out of my life forever.
Oh, believe me, we will be doing that. Just as soon as you sign those divorce papers and give us the money we deserve.
What?
Arnold told me all about the inheritance that your dad has left you, and we both decided that because you've not been working, you should give us that money as compensation for living without working.
Hang on. You're the reason why your income has been so low lately, aren't you? Arnold's been spoiling you, getting you whatever you want, and blaming his low wages on me not working.
Well, I might like the finer things in life, but what woman doesn't? It doesn't matter, because with the money you'll give us, we'll be able to afford to move to a much nicer house and live a much better lifestyle.
Oh, I don't think so. Not after this conversation, anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, you've just admitted that you've been cheating with my husband, and that you're purposely going after my money to facilitate your lifestyle. Once my lawyers see all of this evidence about how I've been wronged and basically schemed against by you two, then the judge will definitely side with me.
What? You can't do that. I take all this back.
It's too late. You can't do that. I've got all the proof I need to make sure that neither of you get my money.
None of this is true. Ugh, that's not fair. The whole point of you and him getting divorced was so that we could get the money to build our new life together.
Looks like you're going to have to come up with a new plan, because you're not going to win this one.
I can't believe I called you a friend. Just give me the money, okay? Then I'll leave you alone. If you don't, I'll keep messaging you and I won't stop until you give me what I want.
So you're actually admitting that you're going to harass me if I don't give you my money? I think that just might guarantee me a restraining order against you. Thanks.
What? No.
This chat has been really helpful. Thank you, Jessica. I'm glad I came to talk to you about all of this. It really has been a true eye-opener. And it's saved me quite a lot in settlement money. I'll let Arnold know just how helpful you've been to me.
I seriously hate you.
Yeah, well, the feeling's mutual. After taking the divorce to court, the judge ruled in my favor, claiming that because Arnold had cheated on me and was scheming to take my money, he deserved nothing. None of my inheritance was touched by either Arnold nor Jessica. Whilst I was sad about losing my best friend and my husband, I knew it was better than to keep those two toxic people in my life. I moved back in with my mom and focused on becoming the best writer I could be. I've just published my first book, which was a major hit, and I'm working on the sequel. As for Arnold and Jessica, he tried to contact me after I became successful, asking for some money as Jessica was nagging him to earn more so that she could live the high life that she wanted. I told him no, of course, and now he's got to suffer the consequence of his actions. Sometimes, karma is a great thing.